Just for a moment, I want you to think of something you're afraid of. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to ruin your day. But how did that thought enter your mind? I bet it started with what if? And then it was followed by a scenario that you would find very upsetting. See, what is fear? Fear is the expectation that something bad is going to happen. And when you're fearful, you're already living in the imaginary reality that the bad thing is happening right now. Now, when I'm teaching on fear in one of my transformation seminars, I explain that Satan loves to make us and keep us fearful. And the way you can spot his inserted thought, which is intended to make you fearful, is that his thought often comes like a thought missile. And on the front of that thought missile nose cone is usually written the words, "What if?" And the content of the missile is something that he knows will get you upset. Now, the reason he does that is twofold. One, he just wants you to be upset all the time. But the second and more sinister reason is he wants to take your eyes off of Jesus. He wants to erode your faith and trust. Now, the Bible tells us that we're to take every thought captive and we're to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. Well, how do we do that? Now, in many blogs that I've already done, and they're listed actually below, I've outlined a number of techniques that we can use. So worship, rejoicing, laughing at Satan's lies. There are lots, and there are links below that you can click on. But I want to give you another technique that you can use very successfully to help turn back his incoming thought missiles. And that's this. The next time he shoots at you with one of his what if thoughts to disturb you and upset you and make you fearful, you can block it and fire it right back out by saying in your mind, "But what if everything turns out great? God protects me. God looks after the whole problem, and the outcome is fantastic." And you see, when you think that way, not only does it neutralize the attack, but it builds your sense of faith, hope, and trust. And another great advantage of this technique is it really frustrates Satan. He gets very annoyed because you have robbed him of a weapon that he's been successfully using against you for years, and you've blocked it. Now, this technique is going to take practice. It's not easy to change a bad habit when you've been so accustomed to listening to these lies and receiving these thought missiles. So you have to practice recognizing the incoming what-if thought and pushing it back with the positive what-if thought. But with God's help, you can do it because we're definitely walking in His will to do this. So to live a transformed life, you need to learn how to turn back Satan's fear missiles. Now I want to hear from you. What methods have you used to cope with fearful thoughts that Satan aims at you? Just leave your comments in the box below. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my weekly email newsletter by filling out the subscription form right there. And I'll talk to you again next week.